Are you pro-choice or pro-life, and why?
I'm pro-life because I believe it's the baby is a baby at conception and not just a lump of cells. I don't know.
I'm pro-choice because I think it should be up to the woman to decide if she should keep her baby or not, because especially since men shouldn't really be able to have that decision since they are not the one carrying the baby.
I'm pro-life because I believe a child is alive after conception.
I'm pro-choice because I believe that it's a woman's body and that's her choice what to do with her body, and no one should take that right away from her.
I'm pro-life. I'm pro-life because I feel that killing a child because they don't have any protection of themselves, they don't have a voice, and taking that voice away from them, I feel, is taking away their rights.
So then whose right is it to decide to terminate a pregnancy?
It would still be the mom's choice, I guess, right now legally. But I don't think it's anyone's right to choose who gets to live and who gets to die.
I think, like I said just now, I think it's the woman's right, and I think if men wanted to have their opinion on it, I think they should also be required to pay for the women's appointments. And I also think they should be required to pay child support, all that stuff, in order for it to be fair for both of them.
I believe it's nobody's right. I believe you should be a government law that you should not be allowed to have abortions.
I think it's the mother's choice. Whoever's carrying the baby, it's their choice.
I feel like it's the right of both the mother and the father. Even though I don't agree with it, I feel like a father should have a choice if it's going to be legal.
What does the Second Amendment mean to you?
The ability to own a gun.
Well, it's the right to bear arms, and I think that it's become pretty outdated, and in today's society our technology has advanced a lot, so I think that it does not apply to today's society.
The right to carry a firearm, it's a right for everybody if you're not a felon or if you're not in like big trouble with the law, and I believe everyone should be able to if it's their right. So, yeah.
It means the right to bear arms.
Second Amendment means the right to bear arms. A lot of people feel like the Second Amendment is only for militia-based, but if you read the thorough of it, it's that to keep and bear arms, and it gives the people the right to keep and bear arms. It's not government, it's not militia-based, it's not just a group of people belonging to the government. It's to prevent government overtake, it's for protection, it's for a lot of things, and a lot of people don't realize that if you have a gun against another gun, it will save your life.
Do you believe that there are too many, not enough, or the right amount of restrictions on guns?
I think that there's a good amount of restrictions on like machine guns and things like that, and you have a pretty fair chance of being able to own like a handgun if you wanted one right now.
I think there's not enough restrictions on guns because, I mean, the problem is that a lot of students in schools and everywhere, there's been mass shootings and it's increased a lot, and I think that that's become a major problem, and that I think that they should be more regulated, because I think gun ownership and someone owning a gun is not worth people losing their lives.
I believe it's perfect how it is. There's a federal background check on people and a lot of safety classes you have to go through to own a gun, so I believe it's just right now.
There's not enough because America's has the most mass shootings in the developed world.
I feel like there are too many, especially in the state of Illinois, especially in the city of Chicago. I feel that the individual's right to carry a handgun with them where they are should be legal everywhere. There's a bunch of states passing concealed carry laws that you don't even need a permit anymore, and I think that that's how it should be.
Do you believe vaccines are a positive or negative thing?
Positive, because they help prevent diseases that we have a cure to now.
I think they're positive. I definitely think they're a positive thing.
I believe it's a positive thing because I feel like it saves a lot of people from bad illnesses.
I mean, they're a positive thing.
I think that vaccines are positive.
So should kids be vaccinated?
yes, because it would like help save a bunch of other people's lives and prevent the other people's lives from being endangered. But I can see how some people religiously or morally wouldn't want to vaccinate their kids.
I think that all kids should be vaccinated, and I also think it's stupid to not vaccinate your kids because there are so many people in third world countries that do not have access to these medications or these vaccinations, and people suffer. And I saw a story about how a woman had to carry her son across her back across the desert to get him a vaccination, and I think that people in America take advantage of the fact that vaccinations are available to them.
Yes.
Yes, they should, because it protects you from a young age, and if you don't get that protection, then you can get sick and die, so, like, why wouldn't you get it?
I do believe that all children should be vaccinated.
Do you believe marijuana should be legalized? Why or why not?
I don't really think it should be legalized for recreational use, but I can see how, like, medically it can be beneficial, like, to people with cancer or, like, certain diseases or depression and anxiety, and how it can benefit you in that aspect, but I don't really see the point of having it legalized recreationally.
I think marijuana should be legal in the United States because it can provide a lot of people with medical, which I know it's already legal in a lot of states for medical reasons, but I think it should be legalized for all reasons because it doesn't make sense to me that alcohol is legal because alcohol has caused so many driving accidents and so many accidents in general, and I think that marijuana has caused way less accidents and there's less risks to it.
Yes, it should be legalized because I think that it can help with like depression, anxiety, and with a lot of people could benefit from it.
Yes, because it doesn't hurt you, so, like, why is it like a bad thing in the world? Like, it doesn't hurt anyone. Like, what?
I do believe that marijuana should be legalized. I do feel that having it categorically as the same as heroin doesn't technically reveal its true aspect. There's a lot of healing purposes to marijuana, and I do feel like it's a huge revenue bringer to states and federal level.
Is it a legitimate medicine that should be decriminalized then?
Yeah, it should be decriminalized because it's not, I don't know. I don't know, it's not like, if it's being used for medicine, you shouldn't be like a criminal for aiding your depression or anxiety or something.
I think it should definitely be legalized, and I think that it provides a lot of medical benefits, and that it can be used in many ways to help a lot of people.
Yes, it is a medicine for many people. It's like a plant from the ground. It's like pure.
Yeah, it's a legit medicine. It, like, literally, I mean, it doesn't cure you, but, like, it definitely helps people, like, relieve that pain.
Yeah, if it's not legalized, I do think that it should be decriminalized to a point of medical use.
Do you believe all people have the right to get married free from discrimination? Why or why not?
I think that the definition of marriage is between a man and a woman based off like my own religious beliefs, but I can see the ability to be married and like legally to a man if you're gay, and I don't think you should be discriminated against because you're gay.
I think that everyone should be able to get married to whoever they want because I think it's not fair to deprive people of the right to get married. I mean, there's really no difference of who you're marrying. I mean, if you're in love with them, I think that no one should be trying to restrict your right to marry them.
I believe only men and women should be married, but I have nothing against like homosexual people or anything like that.
Yeah, love is love. I don't think we should have, like, restrictions on who we should marry and who we should be with.
I believe that marriage in itself is kind of like a holy type of thing between a man and a woman. I do believe that gay people should have the right to be together if they would feel like it, but I don't think having a marriage is that type.
Do you believe companies should be able to deny others of services based on their sexual orientation? Why or why not?
No, if it's like a public place, but I can see like a person like say making like a wedding cake if you're a Christian or something having an issue with it, but I still think that I don't know, you shouldn't discriminate against them. If you're not like going to the wedding or you don't have to marry them, then that's not your problem. You're just helping them make a cake, I guess.
I think no. I mean, I know the argument is that the First Amendment and that it's your freedom of religion, but I think that is completely unfair to deny someone service just because of the way they look or of who they like. I mean, and I think that is completely unfair and that it should not be tolerated.
If you're a private company, I believe you can do what you want, but if it's like a public nationwide company, then I feel like you should serve everybody.
No, I don't think that their sexual orientation affects anything in their life except for who they're with.
Amendment-based, yes. But also amendment-based, no. You have the 14th Amendment, which gives you the Equal Protection Act, Equal Protections Clause, and that offers protections from people like that on, I don't even know if it includes sexuality anymore, but it includes race, gender, all that type. But you also have the First Amendment. And the First Amendment, you have freedom of religion, and having that freedom of religion, if you're religiously against that type of person who's gay, it's just a struggle to know what is true and what is right. But I don't think I think a company has the right to deny anybody for to service them. I mean, it's just their loss of revenue.
You guys, I'll be here all friggin' week. Okay.